Can you please keep it down over there? I'm trying to start my Let's Play video. And welcome back to Let's Play Jak and Daxter. Last time, we cleared out the Precursor Basin, and don't worry about the lurker shark here. There is a coral reef that protects us, no problem. And now we're going to be heading into the Lost Precursor City. Do you ever have a level in a video game that you know isn't hard, but something about the way it's designed just, like, runs completely counter to how you play the game, and it causes you to die like an idiot constantly? That's this level for me. This is not at all a hard level, and in fact, it's a rather short and pleasant one, but, like, just something about it, man. I screw up constantly in this level, and I'm almost certainly going to eat a few deaths I do not need to, just due to my own staggering impatience, so look forward to that. But, as I said, this isn't an overly complicated level, and it's got some interesting ideas at play. One thing to note is that we've got electrified water, and it's on a bit of an irregular cycle. One frustrating thing about it is that the water does not... right there! I was going for that platform, like, I just completely misjudged my distance, and I fell. The water does not have a clear visual cue that will indicate that it's about to go shocked. You just kind of have to know what the cycle are by just observing, which is kind of annoying. Pretty much every time you come across a new pool of water, you're going to have to observe it for a little bit to make sure it's not going to shock you as you come around. Anyway, pushing this switch will bring up these platforms temporarily, allowing us to get across the water without having to swim through it, because there's no way you'll be able to swim through it without getting shocked. Let's blue eco up again, just so we're moving a little bit faster. And then we can head over here. We got a new type of lurker here. These guys doing the trenchcoat tower, sans the trenchcoat. You just want to hit the top guy off and then do 2 thrusting punches through them. One other frustrating thing you have to deal with in this level is that the health pickups are very spaced out, and there are no large ones, no green eco vents, so you're going to be taking a lot of damage here and there, and not going to really have any opportunity to restore your health, which will also lead to some deaths. Again, pretty frustrating. On the bright side, if you happen to die in the electrified water, you won't see Daxter roasting you for it, because you've already been fried to a bit of a crisp. Over here, we've got the most annoying enemy in the game, those dragons. Why are they the most annoying? You probably saw that he puffed up and became spiky over there. Sorry, I almost got myself killed there. He became puffed up and spiky. While he is puffed up and spiky, he is immortal. You cannot hurt him at all. It is really frustrating. You have nothing to do but just wait for him to shrink again, and you have no way of speeding that process up. Alright, so... we want to monitor this water here. You're supposed to grab these precursor orbs in a single long roll jump, but it's surprisingly tricky to do that. Right there, I already messed it up, so what we're going to have to do is extend... Oof, okay. That was close. Yeah, not exactly lined up. They probably should have put that in an arc so it was easier to get. Otherwise, getting over this pool, just got to wait for the water to go down. And you should be able to make it through just fine. Watch out the area below here. There are a tower lurker and a regular lurker roaming around. Over here, we've got these rotating platforms that you may remember from Super Mario RPG. Stand on one, another one rotates past you. You can get through the area using these, but it's kind of slow and boring, so I'm mostly just going to do that. Wow, I was surprised I actually grabbed the ledge. I was going to let myself fall and take out those lurkers down there, but hey, if I can get the precursor orbs that way, that is also fine. And the reason I'm saying we're going to be ignoring them is you're probably supposed to use these platforms to get through this entire room, but like I said, that is extremely slow and extremely boring, and the water has a pretty generous electrification cycle here, so we can just basically ignore this puzzle altogether. Let's go over here and charge up with blue eco. Again, there is another jumping puzzle that we're just going to be able to ignore here. We're supposed to go over to that platform that's getting shot up by the steam there, but we can just high jump and spin kick up here to get up here that way. And there we go, whole bunch of stuff. You actually get these scout flies in pretty rapid succession in this level, so we'll actually be seeing the scout fly power cell well before we are actually done with the level proper. Heading over this way, getting stuck on that little pipe there. We just want to walk around on these platforms, grab all these precursor orbs. I could come around to get these because we're going to be sent back this way anyway, but you know, I already got the blue eco. May as well grab them while I got it. Alright, wait for the water to electrify. Like I said, the cycle is pretty generous here, and let's see if I can get the long jump. Yes. It's very, very difficult to do long jumps from tight spaces in this game. The roll has a minimum amount of distance it's gonna cover before you actually jump, and as you can see, you can even skip the water there, and if it's electrified, you will take damage, so not quite as easy to work with as Mario's long jump in Super Mario 64. Anyways, you've probably seen this one before. We've got platforms that retreat into the wall, and other ones extend out, so you just have to time it right. Now, we've got a power cell and 2 scout flies here, with these very conspicuous buttons in them. You've probably seen this one before as well. Each of these tubes connects to a series of pipes that will drop out in a different area, so we just have to hit these buttons, send the item we want to get to its designated drop point, and then get our butts over there as fast as possible before the item disappears. Fortunately, sorry, I covered up Daxter there. Fortunately, they are quite close to where they get, or the drop-offs are quite close to where the buttons are, so you don't have to stress yourself out too much to get them. And if you're using those rotating platforms, that actually makes this so much harder. Just jump around this area. You've got your long jumps, you got your high jumps. You can bypass all need to use those platforms, which honestly, for the better. Playing a little risky there, just wanted to show off a little bit. Let's get this guy sent out. This is definitely an area where Jak and Daxter's kind of stiff camera can make things a little bit more frustrating than they need to be, especially with how it moves around a little randomly like that. Do note that you can do a spin kick out of a long jump, but you do need to descend a little bit before Jak will do it. Okay, didn't skip the water there. Now with all that, we can get the hardest one set up. I'm a little off cycle here with a bad camera angle, so just gonna let these go the way they need to. And remember, once again, you can extend your air time with the spin kick, so if you feel like you might fall a little too bit before the platform extends out, spin kick. There we go. But as you can see, we've got a platforming challenge to get over all these retracting platforms before that power cell disappears back to its original tube. Fortunately, this one's not too complicated. This one's gonna extend out as the previous one retracts. There we go. You've probably seen this before if you've ever played a platformer game. Not reinventing the wheel here, but hey, it's a good challenge, so you know, you don't need to be super inventive with anything. That's what I like about Jak and Daxter. Just very... Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god! Okay, I was on a good cycle there. I'm actually doing quite well. I haven't fried myself yet. Anyways, we've got these rotating platforms. As you can see, eventually they'll flip to dump you off. However, the time cycles, like the water itself, very generous, so you don't really have to worry about that. Even when they start shaking, you get plenty of time to get off. I didn't even have to worry there. So we get our first or second power cell of the level. We start getting them in much more rapid succession, so don't worry. Over there, we've got a unique kind of lurker. These little ballerina lurkers will spin around when they see you, and if you run into those spiked edges, oh, that was a mistake, you will get hurt. Now, there are some metal crates in here with precursor orbs in them, and these guys can spin into them to break them for you. If you're lucky, all of these will be broken when you get here. However, this one right here does have a bad tendency to not be broken, so we have no choice but to try and bait these guys, and hopefully they'll destroy it for us. Come on, get over here, get over here, get over here, get over here. Okay, and yes, got him angled just right. There we go. Sometimes they can be a little disagreeable. Anyways, you can just destroy these guys from above with a ground pound. We've got some water with some whirlpools here. If you swim into the whirlpools, it can kind of slingshot you forward to get through the pool faster, which is helpful if you are on a bad cycle and have a chance of frying yourself. This is another situation, jumping over this hot coil here, where using your spin jump to extend your air time. Okay, good, good, good. No, God, God, I hate these things. Ah, great. See, now we have, get him. No, what? Oh my god! I told you. Leave me alone, Daxter. That was unfair. I was totally spin kicking. I'm so annoyed by that. I knew I was gonna get a stupid death.
We have to switch on all those platforms or something.
Daxter, I've played this puzzle before. I just got screwed over by the puffer dragon. I feel so stupid. Of all the dumb ways I could have died, that was the dumbest. That was what I was trying to do. I thought I had the spin kick, but again— No! What? No! I'm looking like a complete clown here. Daxter, stop roasting me. You're making it— Oh, and if you fall in the water, your progress resets. That's unfortunate. That's the first time I've ever had that happen. Okay. Nope, nope. Okay, that's okay. We'll do it from standard. This is really easy. I'm just struggling. You make one mistake, it kind of invites you to make several more. You just want to jump over these in an order. You don't want to double back. You don't want to fall in the water or else the platforms reset. It's a very easy puzzle. You shouldn't fail this at all, but, you know, I'm being an idiot, so we're seeing every kind of failure you could possibly have in this room. Once you've jumped across all the platforms and they're all lit up, this door opens and you get your power cell. I told you, this level is my personal anathema. Like, there's something about it just invites every kind of failure that you could possibly have. So, with that taken care of, at the very least, I haven't died on some of the things that I usually die to up to this point. Usually it's I fall in the water too many times and get flash fried. So, let's see here. I'm not sure what cycle I'm on, so I'm just gonna wait a little bit. Okay. There we go, and now we can just go forward. Unfortunately, got a bad whirlpool there, so I didn't get the forward momentum I was hoping for. We'll take the sides of these rooms so we can ignore these ballerina lurkers. Wait for the water cycle once more. Whoop, hey, don't even think about it, buddy. Another annoying thing about this game's health system is that your green eco does, like, reset when you die, so you have to be extra careful about that. Okay, oof, that was close. There we go. Yeah, sometimes Jack's hitbox, not super agreeable. Let's break open this green eco, even though it's not really gonna help me. It just feels good to break things. Anyways, press this button here, and we'll get these platforms. These do not stay active for very long. You need to hustle and bustle across these platforms, because if you are moving at just the right rate, they will be going down as soon as you get to this power cell right here. If you want to, you can just dive into the water and fry yourself, but it actually is desirable that I only have one hit point right now, so I'm going to try and get back the correct way. Note that the checkpoint... Oh, dear. Sometimes I also go the wrong way. No, never mind. I may as well have just dived in the water myself. Again, sometimes Jak and Daxter's camera, not the most helpful for the tasks that you're trying to do, so you just gotta deal with that sometimes. Couldn't clear that, but luckily I still made the water cycle. We'll leave that tower lurker alone. We'll let them get into the movie that they want to see. It's not gonna kill them if they see an R-rated movie. Now we've got a slide to go down. Sliding in Jak and Daxter does not give you much control over your momentum. You just have to make sure you're steering into the things you want, and naturally, we've got a lot of precursor orbs to grab here, a lot of crates to burst through, and somehow with this light boost in his pace, Jak is able to burst through these with his bare feet. Whatever. Luckily, that first slide is not too difficult. Down in this area, we've got a blue eco vent and these orbs. As long as we can light up all these orbs while our blue eco charge is maintained, we will be able to get all these orbs activated and get something opened up for us. So let's get this one charged over here. Let's long jump over this way. Okay, that wasn't exactly what I was going for, but whatever. We made it with enough time to spare. That opens up this door here. We're not going to take that yet, though. We're going to come back around for that, because we will be looped back to this area. Heading over this way, you may have noticed it's been a while since we've got a scout fly. That's because the next one we need is coming up right over here. Nope, could not. Oh, no. Oh, just a comedy of errors. I was trying to get onto this plate before it shot up. Luckily, got it that time. Here is the last scout fly, and there is our power cell. Yeah, it's kind of slow to get the power cells in the first half of this level, but then you get them super quick in the back half, so that's pretty nice. Also, that door I ignored does indeed lead to a power cell, as you'd probably imagine, but like I said, we'll be looping back around. It just makes more sense to go for it on the back end. Let's grab these precursor orbs here. Okay, and if you happen to miss any, oh, hey, got a new trophy, nice. If you happen to miss any, obviously you can just run into things until you die, and go back to the top of the slide to try again, and that's probably the smart thing to do, since it's not exactly fun to run back through large chunks of the level just to get to this slide. I want to get this one on the left here. Note that sometimes when you're jumping these coils, when you're jumping the coils, the dark eco boxes will be placed strategically to make sure you have a high chance of running into them. At the bottom of the slide, another power cell.
I got a bad feeling about this. Jak, run! The dark eco is rising!
And, of course, that one was booby-trapped. It can never be that easy. So we are being chased by a pool of dark eco, and we have to move quickly to get away from it. Fortunately, the time here is pretty generous. The dark eco pool essentially rubber bands up to your current position, but moves very slowly when it's encroaching on you. So as long as you just keep moving forward at a decent pace, even if you get the very slow ledge grabs, you're not in too much danger. You do have to be mindful of things that come up like these retracting platforms. Don't want to be going over these as they retract, or you get a nice bath in the Dark Eco, which kills you. But as you can see, even though I slowed down quite a bit there, Dark Eco is still a comfortable distance behind me. We get another blue Eco vent here to hit this precursor jump pad. And we head on up. Get a bad cycle for the retracting platform, but there's only so much you can do. Obviously, with your locked perspective here, doing long jumps is very risky. If you have a bad angle, you're going to immediately send yourself into the drink. And also, you could just be overshooting an upcoming platform and falling in that way. So, unless you're doing a speed run, it's best to just take it slow and steady. And if you have been collecting all the precursor orbs up to this point, that last one at the end will give you the 200 that you need. Over here, we've got another power cell. So, let's just grab that real quick. And I was just checking to see if Daxter was going to say anything. He did not. He's been surprisingly taciturn recently, which honestly, for the better, especially because he decided to give me a hard time. Anyways, we're back at the top of the first slide. Now we want to take it back down and go through that door that we opened up. Like I said, we could have gone through it earlier, but for time purposes, it's pretty inefficient to do that. We'd rather do it last, and you'll see why once we go in, so... Let's just continue through here. Avoid clipping any Dark Eco boxes. We did just fine there. Go through the Blue Eco just to charge myself up because that's making me feel motivated. And then we can continue back up. Heck yeah, we got this. As you can see, we are returning to the surface in a pod of the Lost Precursor City, and it just so happened to scoop up a power cell for us. So, once we get to the top here, sorry for the really crackly audio there. Again, that's the game. A lot of the sound in this port of the game seems to be a little busted. I've also been noticing some weird frame rate issues, so not exactly as good as...
Wow! You raised a piece of the underwater ruins to the surface! It seems you can use eco in ways we've never seen before. A power cell surfaced with the room. Climb up there and get it.
No problem, Kira. As I said, this port has been having its own litany of issues, but, you know, as long as you can look at Jack's face and it's not a blurry mess of pixels, I suppose that's an upgrade in its own way. It's not a huge deal. Anyways, we get the last power cell for the Lost Precursor City there. And the last Precursor City we'll be seeing. Hey, what's that over there? Well, we'll get to that later, but let's just go over our totals here. As you can see, we've got all the power cells, all 8 are lit up, we've got all the precursor orbs, and obviously because we got all the power cells, we are good on scout flies as well. Alright, I'm going to travel back and check out a couple things around Rock Village. Obviously, we want to check out the Precursor Oracle.
Well, I hope you packed a lunch, because we're just getting started. According to the Blue Sage's notes, lurkers have infested the swamp across the bay. Apparently, they're planning to use a dirigible to lift an important precursor artifact from the muck. You're going to have to get over there to dislodge their tethers. Who knows what they might want with the artifact, but like orange stuff here's breath, it just can't be good.
And, of course, we have another cutscene from Samos there, giving us another objective for our next level, Boggy Swamp. I also noticed last time I was in the Blue Sage's hut that Kira had something else to say, and I realized that the NPCs only can be talked to if they actually have something new to say, most of the time. But let me just try talking to Samos again to see if he has anything new to say here.
What are you doing back here already? I can see from the balcony that the lurker dirigible is still floating above the swamp. You obviously haven't completed your task. Get moving!
You need to take a chill pill, Samos. That's not good for your blood pressure. But yeah, I did notice when we were last here that Kira also had something to say. Fortunately, I keep backup saves, so let me just update my save here to make sure I've got Samos's dialogue. So let's see, which file am I on? I'm on this one right here. And then, let's see, load game. Yes, this one right here should have Kira still in the Blue Sage's Eco Hut. Once you get the 45 power cells that you need, Kira will automatically move over to the Blue Eco Sage's laser. So you won't find her in the hut anymore, and any dialogue that she had for you will be lost. So once again, let's return to the hut, just see what Kira had to say that I missed earlier, because I felt bad for that. I want to show off as much as possible in this game. It's not a good LP if I don't.
Did you swim out to the Lost Precursor City yet? You should really try and raise the room the blue sage was after.
Alright, that was something that we already heard. Let's see, does she have anything else to say? We'll leave the hut and then come back just to see if she has one more thing. I really wish she'd make reference to Flut. Unfortunately, no, so let's reload my file, and let's actually go over to the Precursor Oracle now.
Here is another power cell for your quest. For your sacrifice, I offer you a power cell.
And there we go, all Precursor Oracle orbs in this area acquired, which, if we look at our status screen here, we'll find that that is all the power cells we needed to get in Rock Village. We finally cleared that out, and we still have a cool 120 Precursor orbs to work with, which will be coming in handy when we get to the next hub area, something that will be happening soon enough on its own, because we only have one more proper level to deal with in Rock Village. So let's make our way back over to the pontoons. Remember, these are the pontoons that the warrior pulled back out for us. We can't get over here without these, and if you idle in the water too long, the lurker shark will have, let's just say it'll have, grievances with your presence in the water. So make our way across the pontoons. Obviously we came over this way to get the scout flies earlier, but I just like to finish my videos in the spot where we're going to pick up next time. And when we come back next time, we will be going into the Boggy Swamp. Probably my least favorite level in the game. Not that it's terrible, it's just not visually very interesting, and a lot of the objectives are pretty tedious. But you'll get to see that when we get into it. So as always, I hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Until then though, goodbye.
I don't dispute the doubts you've outlined, but it's my right to waste your time.